928-8822 or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Hey there, I have a question for you. Is your roof asphalt and does it look like it needs replacement? Did you get quotes and were you in sticker shock? Would you like to save not hundreds, but thousands of dollars? Did you call RoofMax? Well, call RoofMax with their patent-pending technology, which can add years to your roof without needing to replace it. And it's easy. You just pick up the phone for a free quote. Plus, they use state-of-the-art satellite technology to measure your roof. So, if your roof is over 7 years old, then you should call RoofMax today at 352-639-2777. That's 352-639-2777.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Started in 1975. It's Yendel's Building Materials. Whether you're making repairs, adding a room, or building a house, Yendel's constantly delivers excellent service and top quality materials and many of the tools and hardware you need to get the job done. At Yendel's, they take pride in supplying their customers with new and innovative products. Yendel's experience in truss design, manufacturing, and component materials is second to none. 834 North Magnolia Avenue in Ocala, 732-3000. Stop by to experience the difference.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day. Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online. On the first and third Wednesday mornings each month at 9:05 a.m., Robert Colin with On Top of the World will be our guest as we learn all about the exciting lifestyle and new home choices available at Ocala's premier adult active community, On Top of the World. From time to time, Robert will bring guests, and you're sure to enjoy our little chats. After all, you deserve the world, and we bring it to you.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Wednesday, it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Galen Unall from Life South joins us as he does every day. Brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions how they're handling the COVID-19 pandemic, give them a call at 352-854-6262. Also, we'd like to thank Penn Flooring, family-owned and operated, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They owe every bit of their success to their unrivaled customer service. They specialize in both commercial and residential flooring. Go see their large showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala. Or give them a call at 352-351-3420. Also, we'd like to thank Just Shipped. Yep, they've flipped the script on shipping, and they've done it just in time for the holiday season. You know, you've had to take your holiday gifts, pack them up, get them ready for your to send them across to your loved ones across the country. Then you had to go stand in line at the post office or UPS store to make sure that you got them shipped out. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. Just go to justship.net. For a small pickup fee plus postage, they will come pick the package up from you. They'll package it up. They'll box it up. They'll make sure it gets to where it needs to go. But you need to do it quick because, you know, there's no guarantee after a certain day that it'll get there by December 25th. But JustShip.net has all that information for you. So go to JustShip.net. Galen Unall from Lifestyle joins us. Galen, it's holiday season. It's holiday season, which also means it's award season, where all the liberals in Hollywood and the music industry and all get together and pat themselves on the back and tell you how great they are. And I wouldn't usually talk about award season except for this. Surprise, the Grammy nominations came out. And surprise, the cancel culture has uncanceled a couple people. 4 people.
Oh.
Yeah. Louis C.K. is up for a Grammy.
Okay.
Louis C.K., I couldn't believe it. I thought he'd been canceled, but he's up. Dr. Luke, up for a Grammy.
All right.
Marilyn Manson, up for a Grammy.
By the when was Marilyn Manson canceled? He doesn't care.
Oh, no. But
by the way, I
don't
think Louis C.K. is funny.
Yeah, well, that's one of those things that you either get him or you don't get him, and I don't get him.
I just don't get him.
And
I don't think
and Dave Chappelle, who they tried to cancel, and he's extended the middle finger to him and said, cancel me if you think you can. He's up for a Grammy. So it looks like that people, and Louis C.K., because of his sexual exploitations with, where he exposed himself in his dressing room and all to women and everything, they tried to cancel him, but the Grammys have brought him back.
I think he raped a tree. A tree in his hotel or something.
I don't know.
That was weird. I read that. I'm like, all right, that's just flat out weird. All right.
But it just shows that maybe the cancel culture doesn't have the grip that they think they have anymore. That people are getting weary of this cancel culture attitude, and also a big surprise that I didn't realize that just is not anything cancel culture or anything, but ABBA finally got their first Grammy nomination. Huh? Wow, I would have thought they'd have had a Grammy nomination long before now, but ABBA gets their first Grammy nomination.
For what?
The group's first single in 40 years, I Still Have Faith in You, from the Swedes' comeback album Voyage, is up for Record of the Year.
Well, they probably just said, look, we screwed this up in the 70s because Dancing Queen is
one of the best songs. One of the best songs.
Oh, for you, I just think ABBA's terrible. But I'm surprised they didn't get it for like Mamma Mia or something.
That's a movie.
Right? Well, I know, but they give Grammys for like movie soundtracks. I don't know. I could care less about all of those award shows.
Well, the only reason I brought it up was the cancel culture seems to have allowed 4 people back in.
Good. Good. Great, I guess.
And Louis C.K. is your guy, it seems. I would guess he's your guy.
I don't care. Yeah, and none of those people who get canceled to me unless they like really earn it. I mean, yeah.
Of course, the biggest problem.
Like Bill Cosby, you look back at the Cosby Show and you're like, man.
Can't
first of all, it's not a show that holds up to the. It doesn't hold up to the test of time.
And here's the problem with Bill Cosby, and I'll tell you.
Kevin Spacek's a tough one for me.
As a child,
a talented actor.
As a child of 10 years old, my first aspirations of doing stand-up comedy, and I've been relatively successful over the last 30 years of doing stand-up comedy. It's something that comes easy for me, and I got my first itch to do stand-up comedy listening to an album that my father had called Why Is There Air? It was a Bill Cosby album that won a Grammy of the Year. It was called Why Is There Air? And one of the greatest jokes in that was, why is it every time a cop pulls up, no matter what's going on, 2 cars rear-ended, the motor's pushed through the firewall, somebody's bleeding from their head and trapped in the car, cop pulls up, first thing he says is, what happened? Like you can't tell, and he went through the whole little spiel about what happened. He goes, it's like if you run over a homeless person and you leave him under the car and a cop will pull up and goes, what happened? Well, the guy looked like he was laying on the sidewalk over there. He looked pretty chilly. I thought I'd pull the car on top of him and let the manifold warm him up. And to a 10-year-old, those stupid jokes were some of the funniest things I'd ever heard. And then to now go to where just the thought of that album makes my skin cringe, and that guy was somebody I looked to as a person that I wanted to emulate because I wanted to do stand-up comedy. Kind of doesn't make me feel real good. I'll be honest with you.
I understand that. I respect that.
I was 10 years old, and he was the guy. Long before I realized who Richard Pryor and Red Fox were, I knew who Bill Cosby was.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then he had one of the greatest cartoons on Saturday morning cartoon. Hey, 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 it's Fat Albert. It was a great cartoon. Ruined now. Can't ever watch it again. I mean, I would smack the guy if I could see him personally. I'd smack him.
Well, I mean, he's out of jail. I think he was almost acquitted, so I think you're going to be fine with that.
Well, did you notice how he went? You notice how when he walked into jail, when they took him to jail, when he got convicted, he could barely walk, looked like he needed a walker. And then when he came out of jail, he was bebopping like he was on his way to get unlimited supply of Jell-O pudding pops.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm like, I thought you were an invalid 2.5 years ago when you were walking into prison.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Hey, I will tell you this. A lot of people are aggravated about this Grammy nomination stuff, though. And it's a lot of liberals who feel like the Grammys have turned their back on them by nominating Kanye West album for Album of the Year.
It's a good album. I like Kanye. I do. I like Kanye. Yeah.
Gold Digger's one of my favorite songs from like 10 years ago.
I completely agree with that.
Fantastic song.
Yeah, I like him. Can't help it. Hate me if you must, but yeah, I like him.
So, just the award season. I know you say you don't like the award season. I know you sit at home with your wife with popcorn and watch them all.
No
I know
way.
you do.
I don't think I've ever watched the Grammys. Right. I don't think I ever have.
Well, I watched them back in my 20s and early 30s when I actually liked the music that they were showing on the Grammys.
Sure.
I couldn't tell you, like somebody goes, The Weeknd got nominated. I couldn't pick that guy out of a lineup if he was the only person in the lineup.
That I understand.
You know what I mean? But somebody goes, well, you probably could like country music. Clay Walker's coming to some concert with Toby Keith and Trace Atkins. You put Clay Walker in a lineup and he was the only guy in the lineup, I couldn't pick him out either. Have no idea. No idea.
Sure.
Hey, I do want to bring up that, excuse me, sorry, I've lost my train of thought there. Well, now I've lost the computer. That's not good. That's not.
And you're hoping one of them would make good decisions.
Well, and neither one of them seem to be doing it right now. The Giants last night lose. They lost on Monday Night Football 2 nights ago. Former Dallas Cowboy head coach and assistant coach of the Giants. Boy, he's out of a job. So Jason Garrett fired by the Giants as offensive coordinator. Add another list to the Florida name. Hey, why not hire Jason Garrett? Bring him in here.
Wow.
Why not fire him? Bring him in. Also, last night I watched this entire game. I'm sorry. Gonzaga looks really, really tough. They blew number 2 UCLA out of the gym last night, and it wasn't even close. I tuned in. It was 33-12 when I tuned in. I watched it from the rest of the way on. It wasn't even that close.
It's a little early in the basketball season. In the NCAA, it's never how you start. It's always how you finish. So let it play out a little bit. I think this is important for a couple of teams, but Gonzaga and UCLA will be there at the end. Right? I think UCLA will be a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament, and then let's see what happens.
I will tell you this, and I know some people don't like him, some people do like him. I really enjoy, and I know you turn TV volume down. You don't like announcers and everything for the most part. I really enjoyed listening to Dick Vitale last night do the UCLA Gonzaga game. He had the diaper dandy going on. It was classic Dickie Vitale, and he's this is his first time back. By the way, he's not a spring chicken. He's battling cancer. No. He's also in the middle of battling cancer. But he was there, and he was Dickie V in all his splendor last night. And it's just, I just like watching a basketball game. Bill Rafferty, I don't care for, but Dickie V, I like listening to Dickie V.
Well, Dickie V made basketball what it is, college basketball what it is. I mean, he was a huge part of that. And again, he's as gracious as you could possibly imagine. So he's exactly what you see on TV is who he is in real life.
Yeah, Tampa resident. I sat and talked to him one night for about 2 hours at a Tampa Bay Rays game, a Tuesday game, when, it was me, Dickie V, and about 8 other people in the stands. And
Sure.
Passionate Tampa Bay Ray fan, by the way. And he's probably one of only 3 or 4 that could say that.
Correct. No, he's all in on the Rays.
Oh, he is.
And I respect that. There's a lot who aren't.
But he believes, like you
he
do,
is.
that it's the worst baseball park in Major League Baseball.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He thinks it's a horrible venue. He thinks, just like you do, that it's a terrible, terrible venue.
Well, it is. I mean, it's hard to disagree with that.
Look,
It just is.
we've had this discussion. You're wrong. Dickie V's wrong, but we've had this discussion.
All right, whatever.
There are much worse baseball parks in the major leagues than.
All right.
We do agree on this, though.
All right.
The best Major League Baseball park, regardless of what anybody thinks, is Camden Yards in Baltimore.
It's fantastic. There's not a bad sight line. I mean, we've talked about it a million times, but I think it's a park that will stand the test of time, as that's proven. It's the 7th oldest ballpark in America. And
now
I
it is. Isn't that crazy? How Camden Yards is the 7th oldest baseball park in the major leagues,
Sure.
and it wasn't built that long ago.
No, it's a great venue. It's a fantastic venue.
And then you got my guys who had a great venue just in a bad neighborhood. So they decided to build a bad venue in a traffic worse neighborhood because you can't get to it because of traffic snarl.
Sure. That's correct. That's correct.
The TED was not a bad place to play baseball. It was just
No,
in a bad
I
area.
enjoyed the TED.
It was in a bad area.
I liked the TED. Yeah, I liked the TED a lot.
It was just in a bad area. Now this thing, Truist Park, is in a bad area for traffic, and it's not a very good, everybody says, oh, the amenities and all. Yeah, but the actual experience of the game, I've talked to numerous friends of mine that go, we much prefer going to the TED. It was a better ballpark.
Oh, it was. There's no doubt about that.
And the TED was also the Olympic Park, the Olympic Stadium.
Sure.
How do you let the Olympic Stadium, although Georgia State has turned the Olympic Stadium, what was the TED, into their home football stadium. So, it does still get used. It's just not sitting there dormant. The Georgia State Panthers, who sued Georgia Southern and won in court and got to be called GSU, and that's why we're GS, because we lost the U on our silly mother piece of mother rack of
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's once again first world problems that you were angry about.
Correct.
First world problems.
Correct.
We hadn't talked much about that my beloved Georgia Southern Eagles went out and hired
We
Helton.
mentioned it.
Right. Helton from USC.
He's never going to make it.
100% he's not.
We can all agree with that.
100%. He has no
He has
shot
no
at being
chance.
successful.
None.
Zero shot at being successful.
Yeah. His GPA or his odds will be the same as Blart's GPA, whatever. What was the guy's name from Animal House?
No. Mr. Blutarski.
Bluto.
Mr.
Blutarski.
Blutarski. 0.0.
Yeah,
But he went on to be a U.S. congressman. That says a lot about
Correct.
Congress.
Yeah,
It says a lot about
correct.
Congress.
That's correct.
How quick people forget, stuff like congressmen and everything. Last night I do trivia, on Tuesday nights, Crazy Cucumber. And my question was, in 1998, 2 senators cast their 15,000 vote each. They had voted 15,000 times in their career in Congress. One of them was Strom Thurmond. Who's the other one? Okay? Nobody got it right. And then when I said that, and this aggravated a couple people, one lady actually left She was like, I can't believe that you tried to attach her to the Klan. I said, the mentor of Hillary Rodham Clinton, her admission, not mine, plus a very good friend of Joe Biden while he was in the Senate, and former Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, Robert Byrd. The lady got aggravated that she couldn't, that the truth was Hillary Clinton thinks he's a mentor of hers. She was like, Hillary would never associate with somebody that used to be in the Klan. That's erroneous. It's a fact. She even said Robert Byrd was a mentor of hers. But it's just funny how people forget. They forget they forget history, and they only remember what suits their narrative. And it's an individual thing. I got a trivia
question for you.
Go ahead.
I got a trivia question for you, and I think this is right.
Go ahead.
What is the first major recall in U.S. history?
What is the first major recall in U.S. history? Are we talking about cars or just anything?
Gosh, how do you know that? Yeah, anything.
Oh. I would think probably the Model T.
But do you know why?
Probably because Ford did something wrong.
Well, it was the first major recall in U.S. history was the Model T, the first generation, because in the seats they used Spanish moss.
Oh.
And Spanish moss, of course, has red bugs.
Right, it has red bugs all in it, chiggers.
And
so people were getting chiggers.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know the reason, but the Trivianator still got the question right.
That's correct.
I got it right.
As a bonus point, you got to say why.
Yeah. Well, now I will use that.
Or you could say what part.
I will use that now. I will use that.
Yeah.
That's like. Do you know the first? Do you know the first car in the U.S. that came with air conditioned standard?
Standard.
Yep. It came with air conditioning. You didn't have to order it. It came with an air conditioner.
Oh, I don't know.
The 1939 Packard.
Oh, that makes sense. All right. I was thinking it would have been later than that, but wow, 39 Packard.
Yep, and they didn't sell enough of them, so the air conditioning didn't get put back in a car until the late 40s after that. They discontinued it after 39, then put it back in the late 40s.
Global warming has made air conditioning a necessity. I think we all know that.
Well, yeah, because it's so warm right now in Ocala in the middle of November when it should be warm. It's so warm. It's great. This global warming thing, it's fantastic how we're in a subtropical climate and we're in the 30s this morning. It's great. It's great.
Correct. Yeah, it's fantastic. I think we're all happy.
I guarantee you were not saying nice things about the weather this morning when you woke up.
I told my wife, I said, you're going to have to turn on the fireplace. I can't get out of bed. Just can't. I'm like, why? What's the point?
See, it was tough for me to get out of bed this morning because my lovely wife has a mattress cover that is actually an electric heated mattress cover. And you can set her side and my side at different temperature ranges. And mine was really cozy and warm this morning. I didn't want to get out of bed. Did not want to get out because we left the window. Unbeknownst to me, the window was left open in the bedroom all night.
That's a bad call. That's how you get sick.
All night, the window was left open. Another thing. Last night I got home from trivia and everything. You know, when you get home, you take your clothes off from the day, and we have a hamper in one of our closets, and you put this clothes in the hamper and everything. You know, because you don't leave them laying in the floor. I've learned that since I got married. But, I've also learned that you hang clothes up, when you wash them, you don't leave them in a basket and just throw them in the dryer to get wrinkles out. I learned that, too, since I've been married. But I went and put my clothes in the hamper and everything, and I shut my closet door because the hamper's in my closet. Shut the closet door, went about unwinding for the evening, then went to bed and had a nice, restful sleep. Woke up this morning, first thing you do is you take off the undergarments you're wearing so you can get in the shower, and you throw those in the hamper. And when I did, I realized that I'd trapped a cat in my closet all night. So then I'm on my hands and knees making sure the cat did not, out of anger, leave me a little treat somewhere in the closet that was going to smell bad, because that's what a cat would do that. Cat would do that. So, hey, Galen, real quick, we got Thanksgiving. We're off tomorrow. You will not be worried. Is the blood bank and all closed as well tomorrow?
Yeah, it's one of our 2 days that we're not open. So, again, just please get out there, give the gift of life, donate blood, whatever you can do to make a life-saving difference.
You will open back up Friday morning though, fresh and early, correct?
We will need it. Absolutely correct.
Well, yeah, with the holiday travel season and all, whether you like to admit it or not, automobile accidents go up during this time of year. So the need for blood, while drastic measures right now, will also increase because of, injuries and all that at hospitals from traffic accidents will facilitate that you need more blood.
That's exactly right. In the average traffic accident uses about 6 units of blood. So just please, just one donation could save 3 lives. Just get out there, save a life.
I didn't realize one donation, 1 pint of blood could save up to 3 lives.
Absolutely.
I was not aware of that. See, that is even so it's a 3 times more important reason to go give blood now.
Correct.
It's
That's
3
exactly
times
right.
more important because you can save 3 people, unless it's Archie Bunker, and then he wants, he doesn't want any Sammy George Jefferson or Sammy Davis Jr. Stay away from Archie Bunker. He's not, he's not. I had somebody try to tell me last night that Archie Bunker and Blazing Saddles were 2 racist shows that should have never been made, and I go, you don't get it. They were satirically making fun of racist. No, they weren't. It was racist shows. I was like, okay, boy. I'm going to extricate myself from this conversation now because, and I didn't say it, but in my mind I go, you're not smart enough to get what was actually going on.
The non-starter.
Yeah. 2 of the best programs ever to show you why racism is moronic. This person thought that you shouldn't be able to ever watch them because they were racist. No, they showed you why racism was moronic. That's what they did.
Fragile.
That's what they did. Yeah.
A
snowflake. A snowflake is very fragile.
Correct.
You know how fragile a snowflake can
Correct.
be. So, Galen, with the blood mobile today being around, but not tomorrow, where is it located at today?
Today, we're at all the Winn-Dixies, it seems like, in Marion County. So we're in Bellevue, we're out in Dunellen, we're in Marion Oaks. So come by and see us and give the gift of life and donate blood. And just remember, every donation counts.
It certainly does. Galen, we'll talk Friday morning about the impending Trinity and Vanguard playoff games Friday night.
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
a great Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. And, thanks for the advice yesterday on the sides. My wife said, well, I guess sides are what everybody in the South thinks you should have. So thanks, Galen.
Yeah.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
We'll enjoy them. Eat them all.
Thanks.
All right. Bye, y'all.
See ya. We'll be right back on WOCA The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Say Radio News with Lance Pry.
As President Biden assured Americans on Tuesday, saying America's energy prices will be going down in the future after releasing 2.5 days worth of oil from the strategic reserves, Republican Senator